my name is Kat. Welcome to my channel. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's video is going to be my reading plans for the year. Usually it's the time of the year that a lot of people is either posting their goals for the year or their main TBR for the year. So we're gonna kind of combine both of them on this video. And I'm just gonna let you know that my goals are still the same since I'm back to read. They are like reading more classics, reading more Tolkien, reading more big authors like Tolstoy or Dickens, and reading more books that are on my shelves, especially books that are coming on my book subscriptions, reading more authors that I have a good amount of books on my shelves too, then reading books that are set in different countries. Those are still the same. I have a specific bingo cards that I have it on my journal that help me to track them, but I'm not gonna focus too much on those, and I'm not gonna, probably sometimes I will let you know how good it is or how bad it is, but I don't plan to stress too much about that, because last time I tried to be like more consistent or more like trying to update you about those bingo cards and everything, and it didn't work. So this year we're gonna just go with the flow. But I do have 12 books that they are like my main TBR. 6 are the classics and 6 are optional or suggestions that the book club that I run in Instagram is adding to their list. So usually we run this book club or classic book club on Instagram. I will link the link down below, and we pick 6 books for the year, 1 book for bimester. But since a couple years ago we start adding 6 more books that are optional, or they are suggestions that we think they can fit with the main pick, and just give you like a recommendation technically. So the books that we're gonna read, without further ado and trying to don't do this video too long, is starting with the first one, that is Alexander Dumas, The Lady of the Camellias. This one is a romance. Usually January and February we focus on romance. We did read some Jane Austen. Last year we read the Age of the Innocents, that is some romance there too. So this year we're gonna read about this lady that she likes to use these camellias, and she's a mistress, and we're gonna find out about her life and her love story. The second book, usually we pick for March and April a children's classic. I don't know if it's actually a children's classic. I think it's close enough, but it's The Little Woman. I don't have the book right now with me. I didn't buy it yet. I cannot choose which edition I'm gonna get. It's a well-known story, so it doesn't need too much introduction. I think it's close enough to the children's vibe kind of thing. So that's our pick for March and April. And then we have Gulliver's Travels. This one is more like an adventure story, and I think it fits perfect for the beginning of the summer. We're just gonna find about Gulliver's and his adventures in these strange places, and the people and all of that he goes through during these travels. And then we have those are May and June, and then July and August we have our first non-fiction. This one is being written for Truman Capote in the 1960s, if I'm not wrong. Maybe if I'm wrong, I'm gonna just write it down then somewhere the date when it been first published. And it's a non-fiction story. It's about the true account of multiple murders and its consequences. So we will find out how it is. It's the first time we're reading a non-fiction for the book club, and it's actually not a classic, it's more like a modern classic. So we will let you know how it goes. The next book is Carmilla. That one, let me read the name. Is Joseph Chiran Le Fanu, the author, and it's supposed to be a horror. Let's hope this time we get a little spooky with this horror story. We didn't have really good luck with the horror area in our book club. Either we don't like it or we didn't really get scared with the story. So we're going to see if this one is actually fitting more the vibe, and it's for September and October. it has a good review, so I have a lot of hope for this one. And then we have classic Christmas stories. We decided that we're gonna find a collection with some Christmas stories or classic Christmas stories. I have this one for a long time. If you like to check it out, it has authors like Louisa May Alcott, Charles Dickens, Hans Christian Andersen, and also has some poems on the other half. Like usually when we have a short collection stories, we pick one or two of the short story to talk about, and we try to find the same collection, or we try to find a collection that has the same stories. Sometimes we have a good luck, sometimes no, but this one is a good option if you like to check it out. So that is for our classic collection or selection. And then we moving to the optional reading. So for the first month of where did I put it? Did I move it somewhere? Yeah, here. So we have Ave Jimenez, right? Yeah, Ave Jimenez. This one is very popular. It has a good reviews. A lot of people tend to like her books. So we said it's a romance, so it fits January and February stories about these people that they're gonna meet and then they're gonna fall in love. We're gonna find out about them. The second book that we picked for March and April is Isabel Allende, La hija de la fortuna, the fortune daughter. They said it's the continuation of the House of the Spirits. We're gonna find out if actually that or not, if they are characters that they are appearing from the House of the Spirits on this one. I like Isabel Allende in general, especially the oldies from her collections or from her collection. From her collection, I can find the right word to say. So we're gonna see how is this one. The third book that we picked for May and June is going to be one book that I don't have it yet. Is Agatha Christie, Mrs. Meneghetti's Dead. Mrs. Meneghetti's Dead. They said this a particular story, we need to read it before we read one specific story from Christie, so that's why we pick it. The next one is El Silencio de la Ciudad Blanca. That book, I have it on my Kindle, and it's in Spanish. I'm not sure if they have a English version. If they have it, I will write it down below, or I will let you know in the future. The next one that we pick for September and October is Halloween Party. So that's why we picked the first one from Christie, that is Mrs. Meneghetti's Dead. This book, Mrs. Meneghetti's Dead, is very hard to find, so I don't know why it's so hard to find, and especially if you want to match the editions, it's even harder. But they said we're supposed to read that one before Halloween Party. I guess some mention of some characters in the first book before this one or something like that. And finally, it's a book that I was planning to read for a while. They have a nice series in Netflix. I highly recommend it. I really like that series. And they have second and third book, but we're gonna just read like Dash and Lily, the Book of Fairs. I've been meaning to read this one last year and I didn't, so hopefully we can. And if we can go further to read the second and the third book in the same year, will be awesome. But at least we're gonna try to read this one this year. So that's pretty much it. Those 12 books that are kind of like going to happen, especially the classics. Is no question that I'm not gonna read them. I'm gonna read them 100% sure. The optionals, like I said, they are optionals, there are suggestions, there are recommendations for you to go along with the main classic. And we try to kind of see if they kind of fit the same vibe. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes not, but I think we are close enough. And that's it. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you want to know if I post another video, ring the campanita. And thank you for watching. Bye.